Picture this. You're at his place for the first time. Everything looks normal, clean enough, good music taste. Then you sit down on the couch and a gray cat jumps up, circles twice, and sits directly between you two. He doesn't move it, doesn't apologize, just smiles and says, yeah, that's his spot. And something about that moment tells you more about him than 3 hours of conversation ever could. But here's what's wild. Your brain probably just flagged something. Maybe not consciously, but it's there. A tiny question mark. Because we've been taught that men with cats are what exactly? Softer, lonelier, less traditionally masculine? Like something doesn't quite add up. And that discomfort you feel, that's not random. That's cultural programming. And it's hiding something really important about emotional intelligence that nobody wants to admit. Let me flip this entire thing for you. Men who love cats aren't rejecting masculinity. They're rejecting performance. And there's a massive difference. Here's what I mean. Dogs give you unconditional love. You walk through the door, they act like you're a war hero returning from battle. You could have ignored them all day and they still lose their minds when you come back. It's affection without effort. Cats? Cats make you earn every single moment. They don't perform for you. They don't need you. And if you want their affection, you have to actually show up with presence, patience, and respect. And men who choose that, who prefer that kind of relationship, are telling you something about how they see connection. They don't need to be needed. They don't need someone dependent on them to feel worthy. They're not looking for a reflection of their ego. They're comfortable with space, with boundaries, with the idea that love isn't about control. Think of it like this. A dog is a mirror. Whatever you give, it gives back. A cat is a lock. It only opens when you've actually figured out the combination. And guys who love cats have learned to stop forcing doors open. Now, before you think this is just some wholesome take, let me complicate it. Because not every man with a cat is emotionally evolved. Some are emotionally unavailable, and the cat isn't a sign of depth, it's a shield. Here's how you tell the difference. There's this concept in attachment theory called secure autonomy. It means you can be close to someone without losing yourself. You can be independent without being distant. You can love without needing to merge or control. That's healthy. That's rare. And that's what some cat-loving men have figured out. But then there's avoidant autonomy. That's when someone uses independence as an excuse to never let anyone in. The cat becomes a replacement for human intimacy. It's safer. It asks less. It doesn't trigger their fear of being known. So how do you know which one he is? Watch how he talks about the cat. If he says he doesn't really like new people, he might actually be saying, I don't like new people, but I'm too scared to own it. If he says, she's been acting strange today, I think the weather's stressing her out, he's genuinely paying attention. He's noticing subtle shifts. He's emotionally present. One is projection, the other is perception, and that difference matters. Let me take you into a real moment. A guy named Elliot, mid-20s, works remote, has an orange tabby named Brick. His girlfriend once told him, I feel like you care more about that cat than me. And here's what he said. I don't care more about him. I just don't need him to be anything other than what he is. And I'm trying to do that with you, too. But you keep thinking space means distance. She sat with that, and then she got it. He wasn't pulling away. He was refusing to perform closeness. He was trying to build something real, not something reactive. That's the framework. I call it the 3 C's of cat guy energy: calmness, consistency, and choice. Does he stay calm when emotions get complicated, or does he shut down completely? Is he consistent in how he shows up, or does he disappear when things get real? And does he make you feel chosen or just convenient? Because here's the deeper truth. Men who love cats have usually learned one of 2 things. Either they've learned that real intimacy requires patience and presence, or they've learned that distance feels safer than disappointment. and you can feel which one it is within the first few weeks. There's actually research from psychologists that found men who prefer cats tend to score higher in openness and sensitivity. Not weakness, sensitivity. The ability to notice what isn't said, to read energy, to sit in silence without needing to fill it. That's emotional bandwidth most people don't have. But it can also tip into isolation, into preferring something that doesn't challenge them, into choosing a relationship where they're always in control because it never demands vulnerability. So here's what I want you to do. Imagine for a second what it feels like to be loved by someone who doesn't need you, but actively chooses you. Not out of loneliness, not out of fear, but because when you're around, something in them settles. Not because you complete them, because you complement the person they already are. That's what a cat teaches you to want, and men who get that have cracked a code most people don't know exists. Because real love isn't about dependency. It's not about someone who can't function without you. It's about someone who's whole on their own and still makes space for you anyway. So next time you see a man with a cat, don't write him off as quirky or soft or emotionally weird. Ask yourself if maybe he's just figured out that the best kind of love is the kind that doesn't beg. It just exists, steady, quiet, true. And maybe that's not something to question. Maybe that's something to learn from.